Good morning, day 18 from Sassafras Gap shelter area. Hey, good morning. It's day 18 on the Appalachian Trail. We're getting ready to kick out of Sassafras Gap shelter area and head on over to Cody Gap campsite. It's about 12 miles up trail, and we've heard rumor that around Cody Gap there's could be trail magic this morning. Although by the time we get there, 6.5 miles, it'll probably be dissolved or gone or whatever the case is, and that's just the way it works sometimes. But we'll see what we can see down trail. Like I said, we're probably fixing to cut out of here in about 10 or 15 minutes, so we're going to get this day started. All right, made it up to Chioa Bald, and this is kind of the view for the morning. Beautiful views up here. That was quite the climb coming out of Sassafras Gap shelter. Whew. But this is usually what you're rewarded with if you have a view at all. Beautiful. Well, we're about 4 miles in on the day. Still about 2.5 miles out of Cody Gap, where there was rumored to be maybe some trail magic today. So still got 2.5 miles to go there, but the sky's cleared up a little bit and got some sunshine coming through, which is nice. And yeah, like I said earlier, we're looking for a 12-mile day today into Cody Gap. And then that should just give us 10 more miles for the following day on into Fontana Dam. I'm not sure what we're going to do, if we're going to stay in the Fontana Hilton or if we're going to stay in the, I don't know, lodge or something there. So anyway, we got to get a good reset before we take off into the Smokies. So the Smokies you enter right after the Fontana Dam area. So we got to make sure we're prepared to get into the Smoky Mountains. So Great Smoky Mountain National Park. So yeah, just enjoying a nice hike this morning. A lot of solitude, and just rocking out to some good old 90s Brooks and Dunn. So it's been quite the morning. I'll let you go for now and catch up with you in a bit. All right, so I just passed a couple of southbound hikers coming out of Cody Gap, and they said that there's definitely hamburgers and stuff down in the gap. So I'm starting my descent down into the gap. I got about a mile left to Cody, and we'll see what's going on. But super cool view up here. There's maybe hard to make out, but there's some new road construction going in right down there, some heavy equipment, and Let's see here, kind of way down in there. It's kind of hard to get perspective, but I'd say that has to be at least probably 1,000 foot below where I'm at, somewhere in there. So I've got quite the descent here going down, which is, the descents are usually the roughest on old knees, which I have. So I go cautiously, slow downhill. I'm not super slow, but I do watch every single step as I walk. And when you get to the steeper drop-offs, like tall steps, I really kind of think about how I'm going to approach them and things like that. But it all works out. It's just when you go into some of these gaps like this, the descents and then the ascent back out of them are usually steep, if not very steep. You can see here, trail maintenance even put like steps in here to make the grade what they think is a little bit easier and more controllable. So these are all actually steps that trail maintainers, I actually met a couple of them yesterday, and they just volunteer to keep the trail in as good a condition as they can. So they do some fabulous work out here. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get on down into Stokoa and see what kind of victuals there might be. Do you spy what I spy? Looks like trail magic. I see a classic griddle right there for making cheeseburgers. I see several coolers, bottled water, soda, woohoo, all the goodies. Probably even some chairs to sit down in. I gotta close the gap. Let's go. This is one of those sections of the trail that's, the ascent is so steep coming out of some of these gaps. I don't usually show them because I don't feel like the camera angle can do it justice, and it might just seem like complaining, but some of these ascents are unreal. I mean, you know, most people, and I'm seeing them, have to take several breaks even just climbing up these things. I mean, this is just unreal. I'll try to flip the camera around. Probably won't be able to make out much, but I mean, literally, I don't know what grade that is. I'd estimate somewhere between 60 and 80%, sometimes maybe even 90. I mean, it just draws it out of you. Anyway, like I said, I don't know what shows in the videos, but the appreciation I have for these mountains in Georgia and now North Carolina is just unreal. I mean, it's so much respect and appreciation for the climbing. It's one thing just to come out here and walk on flat trail, walk on ridge tops, but it's just completely different to come out here and literally hike in these mountains. I mean, it's not like anything I've ever done before, that's for sure. All right, I'm gonna shut up and try and get up top of this one. Alrighty, so this is the only shelter on this 12 miles I'm on today, but we're going past it. I can't quite see it. It says right here it's 0.1 miles down this Blue Blaze trail right here, so I'm actually not headed that way. I am continuing on down the AT, which goes down there and probably up that next mountain or so. I got just around 3 miles, maybe just over to go yet to get to that campsite. So anyway, just thought I'd give you an update. It's been a pretty rough day, to be honest with you. The climbs today have been very challenging. So I got some more miles left in me, so we're gonna get going. All right, so made it into Cody Gap as expected, probably around 3 o'clock or so. So I've been here a couple hours, but got the tent all set up and everything's raring to go. So I'm fixing to dive in and have a little bit of dinner, and that will end today. So tomorrow the plan is to continue hiking northbound, of course. I got about an 8.5 mile day into Fontana Dam area, which we'll need to spend a little bit of time doing some laundry, doing a resupply, because we're fixing to go into the Smokies, Great Smoky Mountain National Park. So we got to buy a permit, print it off, have it on us, all those kinds of things. So we've got quite a bit to do tomorrow, maybe into the next day, so we'll see. But anyway, fun day, exhausting day, some pretty massive climbs up some of these mountains out here, and everybody's kind of tired. So I'll give you a quick glimpse around. A few more tents. See 3 up top of the hill. Blue's right there. You got me, and you got Heavy back there behind the fallen tree blowing up his pad. So anyway, 5 or 6 of us here at least, and a dog. So should be in good company, and we'll look to get started early in the morning, head on into Fontana. So thanks for joining me. I do appreciate it, and hope you'll keep following along.